Hello, hello, hello to all of my Geminis. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your midweek Wednesday reading. Geminis, we are coming up on towards the end of the month. The end of the month, the end of the year. Let's close out strong. Let's finish out strong. Let's get into it. 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 All right, let's go, Geminis. Let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say. So, you got some new inspiration coming across your path. We have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Moon card, the King of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and also the Seven of Swords. All right. The Moon card lets me know that there's some ugliness going on behind your back, right? And that ugliness. And something behind your back, meaning like that's behind you, like your past. I want to make sure somebody could be talking about you behind your back, but this is like some ugliness trying to rear its ugly head from your past. It can be anything from reminders of relationships that didn't work out, where they could cause fear moving forward or some kind of doubt. It could be the stress of having to go back around family situations, knowing that maybe last year around the holidays something bad happened and you feel like, okay, that's behind me, but it's triggering. It could be anything from your past that's trying to rear its ugly head, that's going to try to cause you stress. So, Geminis, we talked about sacral chakra music the last time, right? If you go back and look at the videos and I talk about sacral chakra music, like I said before, somebody's had to deal with some swords in their back that you, in a very classy way, walked away from. And sources like, there's no reason for you to look back. So let's say, for instance, it was, last year around the holidays, something, messy happened, right? It's behind you, but source is saying to you, this is where you can heal yourself, right? This is where you're flushing out all the water. Flushing out all the debris or the dirt that's like caught up in the sword cut, right? Sword cut is not something that's like a butter knife cut or like even like a surface wound. Like, this thing does more than break the skin. To some degree, it could break a bone, right? That's how deep somebody's words or their actions cut, right? So if it was that deep, something that happened in your past, it's probably best for you to say, I'll pass this year. If it was a love relationship or a friendship or something like that where you feel like, okay, certain things brought out almost a darkness in my spirit. Okay, now, and if you want to open your heart up again to love, like agape love for new friends in your life, this is where, okay, I need to really sit down with self, and I really need to go through a list of things emotions that I felt when I would cut deep when I found out somebody was talking about me behind my back. Because it was also causing you some ugliness to rise up in your spirit. So here's all this fire in your chart, right? Here we have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, and also the King of Wands. First of all, once something is exposed, it's going to make sense to you. Like, first of all, when something is exposed, you can use your fire. We're talking about Mars being retrograde right now. You can use your fire to be flaming mad and come back at them with like the worst words you could come up in your vocabulary. You could do that, but I don't see you doing that. I see you taking the high road and getting as far away from them as possible, because all that time you spent on getting flaming mad, that time was like you was throwing money into a fire pit. So if you was having money, if you were having issues with money and you were just like, okay, I got a feeling that something is going on behind my back, like somebody's talking about me behind my back or whatever, you spent time on that. Time is money. So if you were expecting some money, this was money card right here, and it would seem like it was slow to come, it's because somebody spent an enormous amount of time thinking about whether somebody was talking to me how, and I gotta get to I gotta see the proof of it. Like I believe that something is going on behind my back, but I'm not sure what it is, and you spend an enormous amount of time. But when you found out what it was, when it was exposed, somebody said, oh my God, I can't believe it. The sooner you walk away from it and don't look back and just go, wow, I can't believe that. I can't believe this was going on. And you start focusing on this, that's when you're going to start making room for your wealth. The wealth that somebody's been waiting for. Somebody's been waiting on some kind of energy of money. Remember, money is also rooted in your relationships with people. And so some energies from your past, whether it was a past family argument during last Christmas or last, whatever the holiday season is, or it was a past romantic relationship that that person was just low vibrating energy, and they were just like narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths seem to bring out the worst in people, and like you don't even know why you act in the way that you're acting, like you're always on edge and don't even understand why. So it seems like their energy causes you to be out of sorts, but then you almost feel like I need to be around that energy, causing all kinds of confusion. Hopefully somebody knows what I'm talking about. But the bottom line is that once the thing is exposed, no matter how difficult the cut was through their words or their actions, Gemini, cut them off. Seriously, just you would rather deal with the tears, the frustration, all that in a very classy way, just cut them off. So because now they've just lost access to you. That's going to hurt them more than it hurts you. Okay? All right. Let's keep it moving forward. Here we have the World card. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Wands, the Star card, and also the Ace of Cups, right? So because somebody keeps looking back, the quick progression of like a perfect alignment as far as your money is concerned, it may go a little slower if it takes you longer. You all remember, you all are extremely smart sign. You all are thinkers, right? You love to learn. Somebody may take time trying to figure out why somebody did something instead of just getting up, and that could cause you to see how this person is keep looking back, like somebody just keep replaying it over and over and over again in their mind. Keep remember, time is your money. Time is currency. So the time you're spending looking back as to why they said or why they did what they did, you might as well be just tossing money into the wind. The energy of money. The energy of money, like I said, is rooted in your relationships with human beings. So that means if you've been waiting on new love to come across your life, but you're still trying to figure out, and you still haven't completely closed that door and healed from that ex, this is where sacral chakra music comes in, Gemini. Flush all of that out with sacral chakra music. You can listen to it literally every single night. You don't have to do anything but just type in sacral chakra music. Let it play on YouTube. It's free. You don't have to pay for the app. No, nothing. You don't even have to have a YouTube account. Just download the YouTube app. Type in sacral chakra. Pick any one of the sacral chakra music. It's no one in particular. And just let the music play while you drift off to sleep. And let the music do the job of flushing out your spirit while you're asleep. Listen to it literally every single night so that you can allow yourself to heal. It's almost like pouring fresh water in an open wound. It's like, okay, I'm going to let the air hit it so I can remember how long it took for me to heal from this kind of betrayal, knife wounds, narcissism, all of this stuff. So when I move forward towards the things that I want, like perfect alignment as far as a new job, because somebody's been working really hard, but perfect alignment when it comes to a new job, I will be able to recognize narcissistic behavior, psychopathic behavior, manipulative later, gaslighting behavior. I'll be able to recognize all of it because it took so long for me to heal from those sword wounds. So no, I'm not trying to put a band-aid over it. I want to feel that so that I'll be able to learn from it, right? So somebody is closing out a cycle with some backstabbing people, something from your past, right? And then you're going to recognize, man, those every time I try to warm up to it because you're a mutable sign, and so you try to go with the flow. But Source kept giving you all kinds of messages about people. It's like it comes across as jealousy, envy. It comes across as every time you try to warm up to it, like it is like a bait and switch, Gemini. Every time they try to warm up to you and you give air to it, that's like answering a phone call, responding to a text message, responding to an email, it burns you again. And so Source is like, whoever these energies are, they're in their own personal hell. And you're trying to go with the flow, and they're still in their own personal hell. Like I said, Every time you overthink it, you're slowing up the process of the thing that you've been praying for, right? Your heart is in the right place, but source is like somebody needs to heal. Somebody needs to let that full moon light within inside of you look at all those areas that still hurt and inspire yourself to ascend higher. Inspire yourself to ascend higher, because somebody has had some tricky relationships in the past, and when one source exposes it, it sources. I need you to close it out. Close out the cycle and focus on healing. Close out the cycle and focus on healing. Just focus on healing. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody close something out. Like cut it off for good. Somebody has been looking for people's approval, and it's been messing up your money. See this right here? Somebody's looking for somebody's approval, and I'm telling you, it's been messing up somebody's. Like somebody's like refused to believe that something from your past was actually affecting your money, was actually affecting, actually affecting every area of your life. But it actually was affecting every area of your life. So source is like, no, I need you to go ahead and balance this out. I need you to go ahead. This card right here is attached to Libra. Libra is attached to Venus. Venus is the planet of love. Source is saying to you, if you don't live a life that you absolutely love in the professional and on your personal side, something is wrong. Something from your past is trying to rear its ugly head. And somebody keeps looking back at it, and all that time you're looking back at it, it's like you're just tossing your money into the wind, right? And how hard is it to get if you're tossing money into the wind? It's just blowing everywhere, right? So, here we have the King of Swords. Source is saying to you, get back on your throne. I'm trying to put you in a very powerful position. I'm trying to put you on a perfect job. I'm trying to give you the things that you've been praying for, but this energy right here keeps rearing its ugly head, the devil. This is the author of confusion, and we're not talking about it. It doesn't have on red boots and a pitchfork and a mat. It's a spirit. So sources says sever ties with low vibrating energy that's causing you to rear your ugly head. Like every time, and it's like somebody has a devil on one shoulder and an angel on another shoulder. Source says weigh the pros and cons of some of these relationships. If I expose to you that they've been talking about you behind your back, or something from your past is holding you back from the thing that you've been praying for, whether it's more money, love, new friendships, whatever the case may be, it's time to sever. It's time to sever ties with it. You got the and so somebody is tempted to, something is like tempting somebody in their spirit to vibrate low, but also to vibrate high. So it's like somebody's like, okay, which route did I take? Do I vibrate high? Do I vibrate low? Source is like, vibrating high is always the better thing. Just take that sword and sever ties with any ego. With any ego whatsoever, the desire to get somebody back, all of that other stuff, so that you don't have to be weighed down and come across as bitter and broken. You can come across as booked and busy. Booked and busy. That's what I'm seeing for your cards. So all of this fire right here is speaking to your spirituality and where you need to take action. Plus Mars is retrograde. Mars is saying put your fire up under inspiring yourself to heal, so that and release whoever did this to you. Release them into the universe. Just release them. All right, Gemini, let's keep it moving forward. Don't forget to, like I said, you want to land on the bright side of whatever the moon phase. And landing on the bright side of the moon in Virgo means that you're more intellectual, meticulous, industrious, steadfast, responsible. You certainly don't want to land on the dark side of the moon, because that would imply that you haven't learned the lesson and you're walking around still bitter and frustrated and angry. You'll notice it in people that you work with, who that they landed on the dark side of the moon, because there's a conflict in their spirit. Specifically for the moon in Virgo, they'll come across as more critical, high-strung, standoffish, argumentative, hypochondriac, right? And so you certainly don't want to land on the dark side of the moon, because something from your past is trying to rear its ugly head. Here we have Three of Swords. Yeah, something that somebody found out just really disappointed, just like really hurt them. And Source said, no, pour water over those wounds. Let the air hit it so that you won't go backwards. You won't even be tempted to go back to that. This is a lesson somebody had to learn, right? Like everybody else, life is full of lessons. We know that. But yeah, somebody has an angel on one shoulder and a devil on another, and trying to decide, should I take the high road or go low? And sources like going high is always better, because the thing that you've been praying for in terms of your money, like somebody being approved for a leadership position where I'm seeing more money, you've been working so hard, that has been swinging in the balance because, again, something happened in the past. A fiery climax approaches. Again, Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is currently retrograde right now, so it's really giving you time to decide what you're going to put your fire under. Are you going to put your fire under inspiring yourself to vibrate high, or are you going to go down to the depths? Where's that card? Are you going to go down here with them? You want to vibrate low with other people. It is up to you, but I'll tell you one thing, the enemy, this right here, never delivers on a promise. Never. That energy right there never delivers on a promise. It may feel good, instant gratification to vibrate low, but in the long run, you look back and say, I wish I had never done it. So don't let whoever, something from your past, cause you to miss out on the very thing that you've been praying for, you've been thanking source for. Here we have movement. So I do see some kind of movement happen. I do see somebody moving in harmony, like moving in sync, ascending higher. Let's see what else we have here. Let's pull your number card, and let's go ahead and pull a affirmation card, and let's close it out. Affirmation card and close it out. Yeah, Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo is really a time of the year when the whirlwind of activities is over and you're ready to slow down and really focus. You're ready to go slower and move with intention and all those wonderful things. Somebody needs to get grounded. Here we have 3 + 1 or 31. 3 + 1 is 4, which is the earth number. So this reads, I am disciplined. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. That's right. That is right. That is right. That is right. And again, if you did not get a chance to hear the questions for the moon in Virgo in preparation for the last quarter moon in Virgo, they're in Sunday's videos. In Sunday's videos, and in case you didn't hear them, here they are. First question is, are you ready to define what you no longer need or want with a practical and objective eye? The second question is, can you define what's yours to fix and what's not in your life? Third question is, do you feel any fear around being fully self-sufficient and independent? Fourth question is, how could you learn more from nature? And then last but not least, could you share your free time and your energy in a valuable and charitable way? Could you? Joy. That's right, joy. I was created for a purpose. Great things happen to me each day. My very presence is a blessing. I believe in myself. Joy is a choice, and I choose joy. Greater is coming. I am enough. That's right. That's right. That is what I have for you, Geminis. Listen. There's a lot of fire here in your cards, right? And so this is energy, which could burn you out just thinking about stuff that happened in the past. But if it's romantic love that you want and something in your past kind of sort of, emotionally drained you or burned you, hey, let's flush all of that out in the past, right? Just make sure that that energy has no access to you, whether it's through phone call, text message, email, third party, whatever. No more access. But the whole purpose is not to keep putting Band-Aids over it like it didn't happen or it wasn't that bad, or like, oh, I wish I could stop remembering this, and why does this keep coming up? It's going to keep coming up in the full moon, because the full moon is illuminating everything in our spirit. The way that you heal from it, not get over it, that's insensitive to yourself, is to thank Source for the experience. And like, whew, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. Now let me move forward. And this is in every area, whether it's a friendship, romantic relationship, job, whatever. So that this heartbreak, you can remember, you want to remember the heartbreak, so that if your intuition is telling you that energy is going to make you feel just like that past, or that friendship is going to make you feel just like that past, or that position just like the past, you'll be able to avoid it, right? But I'm seeing the perfect position for somebody, perfect alignment with your money, where somebody's going to have a lot of duties and responsibilities, also known as booked and busy. But for first, somebody wants to deal with gaining wisdom and knowledge of a situation. The key here is to thank past for something being exposed, and to be able to move beyond it. But you, again, sacral chakra is going to help you flush out all of that. And again, don't just listen to it once. If you can just, listen to it every night, to refill those emotions. So a lot has been going on here, and you want to have clarity of thought. Like, you want to have clear visions, clear dreams, clear whatever source information is trying to get to you. You want it to be completely and totally clear. Total clarity. That is what I have for you, Geminis. Thank you for joining me. Everybody's still kind of feeling a little bit of the full moon of Gemini, so messages are still coming through. But this last quarter moon is where you finish strong and you analyze all of it so that you can close out this cycle and not look back and say, oh, whatever. But that's what I have for you. I will see you all on Friday, and I'll see you then. Bye.